Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are still here at the 2023 Detroit Auto Show, and I'm not ready to leave the Chevy booth because guess what? We have something all new for 2024. It's this vehicle right here, the second generation of the Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Bison. But before we get into this steroid-induced midsize off-roader, let's talk about what's going on here. The midsize truck segment is on fire. A lot of people have been waiting, I know you have, I know I have been waiting for that redesigned Colorado, and thankfully we've been to the media drives. We were able to show you the ZR2 in action. We were able to show you even the LT and all the rest of the Colorados for 2024 model year. But guess what? This Bison, which of course came about last generation, is now here again, but they upped the ante. They didn't want to simply just add the same old as the previous gen. They wanted to bring just that much more. But what I want to find out is some of the other tough competitors to Chevrolet are bringing their own new redesigned off-roaders. Is the Bison, if you're going all in, is the Bison the one to get if you're going Colorado? Let's go ahead, let's dive into our ZR2 Bison and find out. Right off the bat, you're gonna notice that 1.5 inch lift over what you find on the other Colorados. And what's great is that wait until we get to the sides because there's some special additions. I'm just gonna tell you now, those 35 inch off-road tires that are on this midsize truck, nobody else is doing that from the factory. Now, as we kind of come across the front, I really feel like the redesigned Colorado comes into play perfectly with the Bison. You still get your same great LED daytime running lamps, LED headlights. Love the aggressive but also contemporary style to the truck. You're gonna have those enlarged fender flares. And then of course, the work combined with Chevrolet and with AEV is where we start to bump up the ante. Now, looking at the front, GM does some of the best badges. That ZR2 badge has never looked better. Of course, we have the flow tie. And remember the history on that, it actually didn't first appear on a truck. It first appeared all the way back in 2014 on the Z28 Camaro. Nice to see it not only on the Colorado, but also on the bigger brother, the Silverado. But I like the way they did the flow tie with the red accents. Of course, if you're gonna have an off-road truck, gotta have a forward-facing camera. These are really crucial when you're off-roading. And then now we're looking at the stamped steel bumpers, the LED lighting. Of course, we talked about how AEV has been working with General Motors to bring the most to the Colorado, now the Silverado, but really the way that they did this lower grille area, I like the way they went body colored rather than just a bunch of gloss black. It really gives it a unique look, especially against the competition. Underneath here, we do have our skid plates, but they're boron steel. 5 skid plates gonna protect the belly of this beast all the way to the fuel tank. And then of course we have that Multimatic dual spool valve technology, which gives you incredible strength off-road, but also gives you a pretty good darn ride when you're on-road going to your off-road destinations. But there's some other touches I'm gonna talk about when we go around the corner. But of course you're gonna get that nice flat black bulge. Everybody wants a bulge on their off-road truck. And then swinging it around the corner, I let the cat out of the bag, but I think it was worthwhile. You got your 35 inch tires. Of course, those Goodyear Wrangler Territory with the shielding all the way to protect. Look at the wheel design. I love that metallic finish, beadlock wheels with your AEV badge. You have Multimatic bump stops, increased departure angle, approach angles, and all of that protection underneath. But definitely this goes more than just being a great off-roader, but also being a great looking truck. Now coming down the side, you can see the dimensions of a mid-size truck. It's funny because once upon a time, mid-size trucks didn't exist. We had compact trucks, and I'm sure you remember the Chevy S10. I remember seeing those all the time when I was a kid. Now, compact trucks, they went away for a while. They're sort of coming back in their own little way, but the hot class is the mid-size truck. On the Bison, you're gonna notice we have our gloss black up on the mirror caps. We got our 360-degree cameras, the Colorado name, and something crucial, is gonna be those frame sliders, those rock sliders specific for the Bison. You do have color matte gloss black on the door handles. And then working our way towards the rear, I love the way they have the new tire carrier in the back. Normally they would have it more taking up the bed, but now you have your spare, but you also have room in the bed. Noticing, there it is, Multimatic. That dual spool valve technology with the bump stop stabilizers is gonna help you when you're going up and over, when you're jumping the truck. And then of course, swinging around on the back here, we have our ZR2 Bison badge, clean, tasteful. And then I like what they did with the tailgate, taking the flat black, making that Chevrolet name pop, working our way down. You got the Colorado badge, and then you got your stamped steel rear bumpers, full tow capability, of course. And then such a good amount of space. When it comes to the bed of the truck, you do have a power source all the way over on the passenger side. There is your new tire carrier, and you still have the all-weather storage underneath this cover on your tailgate. But guess what? It's not just about the exterior, it's also about the interior. Let's go ahead, let's get into our new 2024 ZR2 Bison and see what Chevy's bringing. All right, guys, we're inside where you want to be sitting, that ZR2 Bison. Nice to see the changes. Of course, underneath the hood, you're going to get that fantastic 2.7 liter turbocharged inline four. Now, remember, before you get all upset, 4 cylinders, Joe, what are they talking about? You're looking at 310 horsepower, well over 400 pound-feet of torque. It's mated to a tweaked 8-speed automatic transmission. And guess what? Chevrolet has bumped up the powertrain warranty to cover 100,000 miles. That's how they believe in the power and the durability of that 2.7 liter turbocharged inline four. Now, I don't have pricing right now, but we will be bringing that to you. What I want to find out is it going to be worth the price? Let's go to the door panel and find out. To the door panels. Love the way you're going to get that same style from the ZR2 with the neon yellow stitching, the soft touch material on the armrest. You got a nice, you see how that area in the middle, how it's shaped? It's perfect for your right knee as a passenger. It's going to protect your knee where that stitching is in the middle of the door panel. Nice the way they have that almost like a knee bump there. You got a place for a Twinkie or two, and then you could fit a Yeti can or a Bigfoot can, whatever bottle you have in that cup holder. Now going from the door panel to the dash, the neon stitching, the ZR2, love this camo style setup that they have going on here. And when it comes to what's going on in the interior, look at this, boom! You got your all new 11.3-inch infotainment system. Love the graphics, the clarity, and how it's integrated. We got our Bose sound system with the center speaker up top. And then of course, when it comes to the infotainment system, you have all your familiar icons, widgets, apps, cameras, the whole 9 yards. You got your dual climate control. Obviously, we're at the auto show. I can't show you all the features, but I'm glad it lit up for us. Dual climate control, heated seats, and ventilated seats. In an off-road truck, of course, you can lock the rear diff, both diffs, and then you'll notice USB-C, USB-A wireless charging. This is going to control your 8-speed automatic. We got the knob for the different modes, and your 4x4 setup, 2 cup holders, nice armrest with the stitching. Open it up, you got a 12-volt, and you could put a small heater in there and about 7 Detroit's finest. Those are going to be 12-inch long hot dogs, foot long. Detroit knows how to do them. They use special coal briquettes to heat and bring flavor into the hot dogs. Seats, AEV, love the badging with the Bison, the stitching, great material. The only zonk is that's a manual seat for the passenger. Of course, I have a full power assist seat, and you have the sunroof, which is a nice touch. But why don't you come over here? I want to show you behind the business end of this Bison. All right, guys, we are doing the business end, bringing you right in. Behind the steering wheel, there's that beautiful digital gauge cluster. Look at the graphics, look at the colors, the fonts. That gets carried into the ZR2 Bison. The leather wrapped steering wheel, the great stitching, flat black on all the buttons. And then down below, you are going to get AEV branded all-weather floor mats. That's worth an extra 5 horsepower in my book. I have power seats on the driver's side. And one thing I love about the redesigned cabin is not just the technology, but how they oriented all the space in here. As being 6 feet tall, it feels really good. But why don't we go ahead, let's get in the back seat because we need to wrap it up here from Detroit. All right guys, backseat time. And the great news is with the redesigned Colorado, your backseat passengers are gonna get a little bit more room. The one thing that I wish was a little bit different was I wish my knees weren't so high, as you can see here. But other than that, it's actually pretty comfy. You have nice large pockets, get some Detroit, Michigan churros in there. You do have your rear AC vents, which are great. USB-A, USB-C, and a home power source down below. And then they bring the same material in the back seat as they do up front. You do have, and you kind of got to get your fingers in there we go. Nice Charmin soft armrests, 2 cup holders, and guess what? You could actually lift this rear seat area. It's kind of cool. If I can figure it out, here we go. Ready? Boom. We actually have storage underneath the rear seat. See, hard work does pay off, guys. But we gotta wrap it up. They're asking us to move on to another Chevrolet vehicle, so let's wrap it up with this Colorado ZR2 Bison. All right, guys, it's been one heck of a day here at the Chevrolet booth at the Detroit Auto Show. We gotta thank the whole Chevrolet team allowing us access to this second-gen ZR2 Bison Colorado redesign. Let me know what you think. Is this truck gonna be worth the price, and is it the one you want, say, over a Tacoma TRD Pro? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raiti's Rides family. Of course, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for Lori. Thank her in the comment section. Lori, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.